All right, Jeremy.
Hi,
Jeremy, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Syracuse, New York, upstate Syracuse, New York.
You still live there?
I still live there. I moved back. I moved away for a while. I moved back to pursue different things. But yeah, I'm from Syracuse, New York originally, and I grew up with my parents, both mom and dad. Unconditional love. They're really cool, and I appreciate them. But I think, I've always felt different. I don't know how to explain that except that I felt different growing up. Alone, I was isolated by my peers, and it was really hard.
When did that become noticeable for you?
As far back as I can remember,
Always.
always.
Anxiety?
Anxiety, mood swings, which I didn't understand obviously then. I didn't know they were mood swings. I just thought they were like, that I was just, sensitive. That's what people would say. They'd be like, oh, he's just extra sensitive. And I would freak out at teachers. I'd freak out at people. Which now I know is me becoming manic and having a manic episode, which I learned way too late in life.
Saw a doctor and got diagnosed?
Yeah, I saw a doctor. I've been diagnosed. I've seen multiple doctors because I haven't had the right medicine yet. Now I'm on the right medicine, but it took 2 years to get the right medicine. Like there has been times where I was either a zombie or I was just completely out of it.
How long did it go before you saw a doctor?
Until I was like 29.
Oh, really? So all through high school you were...
It was horrible. In high school, I just was like, I was like singled out. My whole class singled me out. I was different because I guess I just reacted differently than everybody else. And I was just an easy target. So that's really what it came down to. Like someone who has like a flaw, people will, especially younger kids, they'll pick it out and they'll just like make you feel as bad as possible because that's just how it is growing up. But then I got to college. College is great. College was great because I got to experience a lot of different people, and I got to experience different professors that were amazing, that taught me a lot of different like ways of thinking and everything like that. I was still really depressed. I know I was. I didn't realize it at the time, if that makes sense, like in it. But I was going through like waves, and I was still dealing with like friends that would become my friends, and then quickly like they would like think I'm too much.
You were having episodes?
Episodes.
Up and down?
Up and down all the time. And at that time, right before college, I was diagnosed with Crohn's. So that was really rough, actually, the Crohn's. And it didn't come to complete fruition that I would find out later on that like getting Crohn's was because of my mental illness. And they said that later on that because I had mental illness that it causes the ulcers and causes all the problems. So that was super interesting.
And what were you finally diagnosed with?
Schizoaffective.
What is that exactly?
It's basically extreme bipolar. I'm on medicine now for it. I smoke a lot of weed. It's basically me getting really too manic and too freaked out. And my first time when I was diagnosed with it, I was given a lot of Xanax, a lot of it. like candy. And they just told me, take the little ones when you felt anxious. I kept taking them, and I would take them until I just wanted to be like not there anymore. And it was the only thing that I found like any salvation in. And at the same time, when I was on that, I had painkillers prescribed to me too, and I was taking those way too much. And everything at once was like hitting me, and I wasn't feeling myself, and I really just, I wanted to die.
How serious did that get?
I took a bunch of Xanax one night, and some painkillers, and I just didn't want to wake up in the morning. And I woke up, and I was like, oh my God, I think I need to go get help. And so I told my wife that I really wasn't feeling good, and that what I was planning on doing, and she called an Uber, and I went in to a psychiatric ward. And when I was in there, I was around a lot of crazy, I hate to say that word, that's horrible obviously, but I was around a lot of just like people that were dealing with a lot of similar things. And it made me feel less alone, which was really cool. And they had programs, and I went through programs, and it was really hard to get off of Xanax. Way too hard. But I did. And then they prescribed me other medicine, and now I'm on an antidepressant, antipsychotic, and I'm on similar drugs that people who have leukemia for my Crohn's. And that's for the rest of my life.
And you're doing better?
I'm doing great now, personally. And I am very thankful for having a great support system. I've stayed in programs. I am working on myself the best that I personally can. And I think that you have to like find it within you to do that. Sorry. It's not easy. Like, I literally want a Xanax right now. I'm trying not to even puff on the vape. I'm trying to just talk, and I know it's not easy, and I'm like really, really trying right now.
Your wife struggled through some of these ups and downs?
She has struggled so much. She's a trooper. Do you know how many times cops have gotten called on me? I've never been arrested, but the cops have been called on me, and they don't think that there's like a manic episode. They'll think I'm like on drugs, which is like really fucked up.
Are you using drugs as well?
I just smoke weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I've never done any like hard drugs. I've never like.
No, but you behave like it sometimes.
Do I?
But no, but I don't know you, but I assume if you're extreme bipolar, schizoaffective, you're probably behaving like
Yeah.
Somebody who's out of.
Cops come in and they've had their hands on their guns, like, and I'm just like, are you fucking serious? And I literally will be in a manic episode, so I'll just be freaking out on them. I don't mean to. It's not like something I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, come on. Let's have a good old time, you know what I mean?
Can't control it.
Can't control it. Knock on wood, there's no bottoms. Knock on wood, I'm doing well so far. I haven't like freaked out. I was on this trip, I'm doing well. I have support system with me on my trip. I have support system anywhere I go, just in case.
It's only been a few years that you've been medicated?
Yes.
How old are you now?
I am 32.
32.
Yep.
So your friends kind of knew what was going on with you?
No. I kept a lot to myself. But the closest friends I've told, and this is the first time me sharing this, really. I mean, my family knows. Some of my family knows. But
I can guarantee you there's somebody watching this who's probably going through something very similar and they don't know what to do about it.
yeah, I hope so.
Your life improved since you were diagnosed and medicated correctly?
Yes. Everything is way better now. I'm a dad.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I forgot to share. I'm a dad, full-time dad. That's what I do. I'm a full-time dad. I love it. 2 years old. She's the best thing. She's amazing. And that's what I do is I stay with my daughter. I stay home with my daughter, and I do art.
And your wife works?
My wife works, yeah. And I mean, I make money from my art, but it's not where I'm an artist. What the heck do you want from me? You know what I mean? It's not like you make money off of art. I try. I do the best I can. I draw, paint, music, everything, movies.
What are the downsides of your new medicated self?
Okay, sometimes when I'm manic, I can do things, I feel like. That's true. I got on Warped Tour because I was super manic. And it was like 3 a.m. in the night time, and I emailed the guy who like runs it, and I was like, I'm in this band. I'm not in anymore. I was in this band. I was like, please put us on this. Blah, 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 blah. And I gave my story and everything like that. And he was like, all right. And I was like, whoa, that's cool. But that's rare. When I'm manic, sometimes I feel like a superhero. Like, dead serious. Is that weird?
No. I've seen people behave like that a lot.
Yeah. I feel like I can do anything. But no, I'm just me. And I'm like, it was a lot to become comfortable as me. It was really hard. It was really, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna touch the mic. It took a lot to be comfortable as me. And if people don't like me, I just kind of just go, all right, whatever. It is what it is. There's a lot of people out there that are my friends, and they do accept me for who I am. And the people that don't anymore, that's up to them.
Your instability kept you from having a lot of close relationships?
Yeah. Anytime I got close, I would just like, people would just like judge me. Dang. You know, it's crazy. I do therapy every Monday, and I thought I was prepared to talk about all of this, and it's just so interesting now, like actually sitting here going through it in my head. Because I was literally made to feel like I was nothing for years.
By who?
Everybody. All my peers. My parents were great though. My dad worked a lot. My mom was there, but I don't think they really like were understanding of what was going on. A lot of people told me it was hormones.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people told me it was hormones. And that's crazy. But unfortunately, it's just this thing in my head. And I'm doing much better with my Crohn's colitis. Everything is doing great. Everything is like been great ever since I've been diagnosed and been on the right medicine for my brain. I only have to be on one pill now for my autoimmune disease, which before I was on a lot of other medicine, which was crazy too. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing much better. I'm very thankful you giving me this time to share my story, because I think that if somebody out there is dealing with this too, they can get help.
What do you wish you had done earlier?
Seek help. Or the problem is that I don't think there was help. Or if there was help, I didn't know about it. If someone told me about it,
information about these kind of things?
Just in general, I didn't know about like therapy. I didn't know about therapy. I didn't know about like, I know about getting like medicine to help you. But the problem is that you have to get the right medicine. Because I was on the wrong medicine. I almost died on it. So, yeah. I mean, I've done so much now. Like I now use my art to get out all of my whatevers when I'm feeling a certain way. If I feel manic, I know it. I go out, I smoke, and I'll work on something.
And that'll stabilize you?
Yeah. Whether it's a painting or a song or just anything. I just sit there and I try my hardest to just get it out that way. And it's very therapeutic. And I think with the mixture of the right medicine and with therapy and with my art, I'm doing much better. It's cool. I'm thankful.
You're happier now?
I'm so much happier. I really am. I honestly have still moments where I get in a manic episode, but it's nothing like when I'm on my medicine.
Give me an example of how bad it would get when you were unmedicated.
Unmedicated, to the point where I'm in a closet bleeding on the ground, like, because I just cut myself. And I have a cop coming in, and I'm like rolling on the ground saying like I want to go to outer space. That's some real shit. I've never shared that before. But yeah, I was like on the phone with my dad and I was talking to him and I was just like, he's just like, you're not my son when that's going on. I'm like, I know.
Was there anybody else in your family that had similar behaviors?
I don't know. That's really interesting. I know a lot of my family, but like there's some family I just don't know that well. And I would love to know. That would be really cool. And I'm wondering if that's like something I can look up.
What's your biggest fear now?
Being alone. Because I like push everybody away from me because of like my mental illness. I still am afraid of that. Like, it's not easy being around me sometimes. And I try my hardest to be as calm and collective as possible. And just chill.
That's probably the hardest thing of people that have these kind of mental illnesses is what they need most is connection, but they behave in a way that pushes people away.
Yeah. That sucks. But
How long you been married?
ready for this? 2014. The math on that would be 12 years. I've been with her.
9 years.
Yes, but I've been with her for 12 years.
Okay.
I know that off the top of my head. College sweetheart.
She rode through some of the ups and downs with you.
Oh, she's my road dog. Love her. She's amazing. She's been there for everything. It's not easy. Even this morning, I was like a little like all over the place, and she was just like, "You need to get your shit together." And I was like, "I know. And I had this all planned out, like what I was gonna say, and I've completely gone off track.
It's all right. You're doing good. You're doing great.
I'm trying, man. I literally am very just like I'm good now. I'm better than I was.
Thank God for the medications, right?
Yeah, man. God-ish, you know. I think the universe.
Jeremy, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in all of this journey of yours?
Being very thankful for everything.
Mm.
I'm so happy I'm not dead. True statement. If I could get anything out of this, I'm so happy I'm not dead. I'm like happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here right now. I'm happy to be doing this. I'm just happy to be in the city. I'm happy to be a dad and a husband. It's cool.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
All right, Jerry. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck with your daughter and everything else.
Appreciate you. Thank you. God, I hope I did well.